I had dinner with my ex last week, and honestly, it wasn't weird.
Wait, stop right there. Absolutely not. I reject that entire sentence.
I am completely serious. It was fine.
There is 0% chance that is true.
It was actually totally fine. We
Yeah.
just sat there, we ate our food, we talked about normal things, and then we went home. I mean, it was not a big deal.
You are lying to me, and worse, you are lying to yourself.
I'm really not.
There is no such thing as a not weird dinner with an ex. That is a myth.
Yeah.
It is practically a biological impossibility. You're telling me your heart wasn't beating 1,000,000 miles an hour before you walked in?
Well, okay, maybe a little bit.
You didn't overthink your outfit for 3 consecutive days.
Okay, fine. Maybe I thought about the outfit for like a day or two, but the actual dinner was fine.
I don't believe you because I know how human beings work. You probably sat there playing the game. You know the game.
What game? I wasn't playing a game.
The fake casualness game. It is the hardest game in the world.
Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah.
It's where you sit there, taking tiny sips of your water, nodding slowly, acting like you are the most relaxed, unbothered human being on the planet.
Right. Just totally chilling.
But inside, your brain is just a monkey crashing cymbals together. Your nervous system is screaming at you because you are sitting across from someone you used to share a life with, and now you have to ask them about the weather.
Okay, you might have a point about the fake casualness. I will admit to that part.
I knew it!
But you, sitting there listening to this right now, you know exactly what I mean.
Right.
You know that exact feeling.
Oh, everyone knows it.
When your face says, I'm chilling,
Mm-hmm.
but your brain is in complete panic mode.
Exactly. And it takes so much physical energy to pretend you don't care. It's exhausting.
It is so exhausting.
Your shoulders are tight. You're making sure you don't blink too fast. You're manually controlling your breathing so you don't sigh too deeply. It's essentially an extreme sport.
It really is an extreme sport.
Yeah.
You try to lean back in the chair just the right amount, you know?
Yes. The casual lean.
Right. Because if you lean too far back, you look like you're trying way too hard to be relaxed. Like, look at me. I'm practically sleeping. I care so little.
You can't lean forward either.
No, because then you look too interested. You look eager. So you just sit there at this weird, uncomfortable, rigid angle for 2 hours.
Just trying to look like a completely normal person.
Exactly. A normal person who regularly has dinner with people they used to be in love with.
And you have to monitor your voice the entire time, too. You can't sound too excited about anything they say.
Oh, yeah. The flat voice.
Like, oh, you got a new job? That's cool. Good for you. Just completely flat, dead inside. That is the goal.
Yes. You have to sound like you're reading a grocery list. Oh, your mother is doing well. Nice. Pass the salt, please.
If you show a spark of real emotion, you lose the game.
You do. It is so incredibly draining. I went home after that dinner, and I swear I slept for 12 hours straight because my body was just completely depleted from acting normal.
See, I knew it. Not weird. My foot. It wasn't a dinner. It was a 2-hour theatrical performance.
All right. Maybe it was a performance, but at least I had time to prepare for it.
True. You had a heads up.
Exactly. Because trust me, not all encounters are like that. That dinner was planned. We agreed on a time and a place.
Yeah.
I could prepare my mental armor.
You could pick the right shirt.
Right? I could make sure my hair looked good.
Yeah.
But the universe doesn't always let you prepare. Sometimes the universe just decides to throw your ex at you when you are at your absolute lowest point in life.
Oh, no. I know where this is going.
Oh, you know exactly where this is going. I have to tell you about the grocery store incident.
Please do. Because this is the universal truth of breakups. The planned dinners are rare. The grocery store ambush is inevitable.
It is a law of nature. Okay, so picture this, and I need you to really visualize the absolute disaster I was.
I am visualizing.
It is Sunday morning. It's raining outside. I am horribly hungover. Not just a little tired, but feeling like I was hit by a truck, reverse over, and hit again.
Oh, rough. The worst kind of Sunday.
So bad. I have exactly 0 food in my apartment, and my body desperately needs something salty and terrible for my health.
This is the perfect setup for a disaster. You are vulnerable. Your defenses are completely down.
Exactly. So I look in the mirror before I leave, and it is bad. My hair is in this messy bun, but I need to be clear here.
Clear about what?
This is not the cute, effortless messy bun you see on the internet.
Oh, the realistic messy bun.
Yes. Looked like a confused bird tried to build a nest on my head and they just gave up halfway through. I have no makeup on.
It's a strong look.
And I'm wearing these huge gray sweatpants from college that have a mystery bleach stain on the knee and a giant shapeless hoodie. I look like a literal swamp monster.
But you tell yourself the classic lie, right? Like, it's fine, I'm just running to the store for 5 minutes.
Right. I told myself I live in a massive city. There are millions of people here.
Nobody will see me. I have an invisibility cloak.
Exactly. The mathematical chances of seeing anyone I actually know in this specific grocery store at this specific time are basically zero.
Famous last words.
Truly. So I go to the store. I'm shuffling down the aisles like a zombie. I have a shopping basket, and we know to talk about what is in my basket.
Oh, the basket contents are crucial. It's never just bread and milk when this happens.
Never. I have family-sized sour cream and onion potato chips, a massive bottle of dark soda, and a huge pack of toilet paper. Because, of course.
It couldn't just be an apple and some sparkling water.
No, it had to be items that scream, my life is currently falling apart.
It had to be a cry for help in a basket.
It was. So I'm walking down the pasta aisle, I turn the corner, and I look up. And standing there, examining the premium tomato sauce, looking like he just stepped out of a catalog, is my ex.
No, that is brutal.
Yes, he's wearing a really nice fitted jacket. His hair looks amazing, like he just got a fresh haircut.
Of course he did.
He looks healthy, rested, and happy. And I am holding a family-sized bag of chips, looking like I crawled out of a drain.
What did you do? Please tell me you just abandoned the basket and ran.
I would have run. I tried. I really did try to flee. Your brain immediately goes into survival mode in those moments.
Fight or flight.
It's literally a fight or flight response. Your body thinks there's a tiger in the pasta aisle. And I chose flight.
Smart choice.
But I tried to do this incredibly awkward reverse walk, trying to back up around the corner before he turned his head. But the floor was wet from the rain.
Oh, no.
And my shoe squeaked. It was the loudest, most cartoonish squeak in human history.
Of course it was. Because the universe demands maximum embarrassment.
It really does. So he turns around, he looks right at me, we lock eyes, there is nowhere to hide. I am trapped between the penny and the macaroni.
So what do?
I have to do the routine. I suddenly stand up perfectly straight, try to aggressively smooth down my awful hair with one hand, and go, oh, hey. Wow, I didn't even see you there. What a crazy coincidence.
Oh, that is painful to even hear. The fake surprise.
It was so bad.
Wow, you buy food too. At a food store. Crazy.
Exactly. And my voice was way too high. And he looked at me, and then his eyes slowly drifted down to my basket full of chips and toilet paper. And he just smiled, this polite, pitying smile.
Ouch! The pity smile.
We had the most agonizing 2-minute conversation of my life. I think I talked about the rain for an entire minute. I just kept saying crazy weather we're having, right?
Small talk at its finest.
And then I just grabbed my basket to my chest and practically sprinted to the self-checkout.
It never fails. You can spend 2 hours getting ready, putting on your best outfit, doing your hair perfectly.
Yeah, and you see absolutely no one.
You will walk around the city all day looking fantastic, and you are a ghost. But the one single day you look terrible, the universe coordinates a reunion with everyone you have ever tried to impress.
It is incredibly unfair. But, it really got me thinking. After that happened.
After you ran away.
Right. After the sheer panic wore off and after I went home and ate all the chips in the dark, I was thinking about why these moments are so stressful.
Yeah, why do we care so much?
Why do we put ourselves through this mental torture? Which leads me to the big question people always debate. You know the one.
Oh, yeah. Can exes be friends?
Yes. That is the question everyone asks. Every magazine article, every late-night conversation, everyone sitting at a coffee shop with their friends.
Do you think you can be friends with an ex?
Exactly. But I honestly think that is completely the wrong question to ask.
Really? Why is it the wrong question? It seems pretty straightforward to me.
Because asking if you can be friends completely ignores the reality of the situation. It's a distraction.
Okay, so what's the real question then?
The real question, the question nobody actually wants to answer honestly because it hurts too much, is why do you want to stay friends?
Oh, wow. That is a much harder question.
Yes.
Because people love to hide behind the idea of just being a nice, mature person.
Exactly. I challenge you, sitting right there listening to this, to be brutally honest with yourself for a second.
Yeah, listener, we're talking to you.
Think about that ex you were trying to stay friends with right now. Are you really trying to build a genuine, healthy, platonic friendship? Or are you just completely unable to rip off the Band-Aid?
But wait, let me push back on this a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
People will defend this friendship idea very aggressively. They will say, but we have so much history. We spent 3 years together.
Ugh, the history argument.
They say, we know everything about each other, we know each other's families. It would be a massive waste to just throw all that away and act like complete strangers.
Right. We have so much history. I hear that all the time, and I hate that excuse.
Why? It makes sense.
You have history with your high school biology teacher, but you aren't calling them up to get coffee on random Tuesday, are you?
Okay, true. But a romantic relationship is different. You shared a life. You built daily routines together.
You did share a life. Past tense. The thing is, people use the word history as a convenient excuse because they are terrified of the empty space that person leaves behind.
Ah, I see.
It's not about actually wanting a friendship. It's about not wanting to lose the comfort of knowing that person is still there, still accessible.
So you think it's mostly driven by fear, just the fear of letting go completely and facing the quiet?
Yes, absolutely. And I think it creates this incredibly unhealthy dynamic. I actually have a theory about this. I call it the emotional waiting room.
The emotional waiting room. Okay, I like the sound of this. Break that down for me.
So think about a literal waiting room at a doctor's office. You are sitting there in a plastic chair. You are flipping through old magazines you don't even care about. You are just
Staring at the wall.
right, staring at the wall, waiting for your name to be called. You aren't really doing anything productive with your life. You are just paused. You're in limbo.
Right, you're stuck between where you were and where you're going.
Exactly. When people try to stay friends with an ex way too soon after a breakup, one of them is almost always putting themselves in the emotional waiting room.
That makes a lot of sense.
They say out loud, sure, let's be friends. But secretly, deep down in their core, they are just sitting in that waiting room.
Waiting for what?
They are hoping the ex will realize they made a huge mistake, walk out, and call their name to come back into the relationship.
Wow. That is really sad, actually. Because when you put it like that, the person in the waiting room has zero power.
Zero.
They are just at the mercy of the other person.
They have no power at all. And you see it all the time. People stay in the orbit of their ex. They like their posts. They reply to their stories with laughing emojis. They make sure to text them right at midnight on their birthday.
Doing all the work.
Yeah. They are just trying to stay visible. They are waving their hand saying, I'm still here in the waiting room. Don't forget about me.
But again, what about the exceptions? Are you saying nobody ever just wants to be polite?
I mean, maybe a few people.
What if a breakup was genuinely mutual? You sit down, you realize it's not working, and you just genuinely don't want bad blood? Can't people just be nice?
Sure, maybe like 5% of people, maybe. But let's be real. Look at the behavior of the people who shout the loudest about how they are totally over it. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh,
The
definitely.
people who constantly need to announce to the world, oh yeah, me and my ex, totally fine. We are great friends. I am so over it. I am completely 100% fine.
Yeah, that's a huge tell. If you have to announce it, it's usually not true.
Exactly. If you have to tell everyone how over it you are, you are not over it. You are sitting in the middle of the waiting room holding a megaphone.
A megaphone, that's a great image.
It's true. Because if you were really, truly over it, you wouldn't even be talking about it. It wouldn't be a topic of conversation.
Because when you are actually over something, it just becomes boring. It's not a dramatic statement anymore. It's just a fact.
Right. It just becomes a neutral fact. Like the sky is blue, water is wet, my ex is my ex. But when you still have those hidden feelings, when you're still sitting in that waiting room, it creates this crazy internal tension. And let me tell you, that tension almost always leads to some terrible, terrible decisions,
Oh, no.
especially late at night,
I know exactly what time of night you were talking about. The danger zone.
the incredibly dangerous hours, between 1 a.m. and 3:0 a.m.
Nothing good happens after 1 a.m.
Never. That is when the rational, logical part of your brain completely shuts down and goes to sleep. And the emotional, nostalgic, highly self-destructive part of your brain takes over the steering wheel.
And that self-destructive part of your brain absolutely loves a glowing screen. It feeds on it.
It loves the digital minefield.
Yeah.
Because dealing with hidden feelings in the modern age is so much worse than it used to be.
Oh, for sure.
Think about it. 50 years ago, if you wanted to check up on your ex, you had to physically get in your car and drive past their house in the dark like a crazy person.
That took real commitment.
It took effort. Now, you can completely ruin your own life and your own dignity from the comfort of your bed with a single tap of your finger.
I can feel a story coming. Please tell me you have a story.
I have a story. and it is my greatest shame. I call it the Instagram disaster.
I am already physically cringing. Go on.
So it was about 6 months after a breakup. I was in bed. It was exactly 2 in the morning. I couldn't sleep.
Classic setup.
I was just staring at the ceiling. And my brain, that stupid 2:08 a.m. brain,
Yeah.
said, hey, I wonder what he's up to. Let's just take a quick peek.
Never listen to that voice. That voice is a liar. It is never just a quick peek.
It is a demon. But I listened to it. So I opened up his profile, and I'm just scrolling, just looking at the recent stuff. Innocent enough.
It is never innocent.
No.
You are playing with fire.
Well, it gets so much worse. Because I didn't just look at the recent pictures. The recent pictures weren't enough. I started scrolling down.
Oh, no.
Deep down into the archives.
You went back to the dark ages. The deep scroll is always a mistake.
I went back to 2019. There's a picture of him holding a coffee cup next to a tree. It wasn't even an interesting photo. I don't even know why my thumb stopped on it.
Just a guy in a tree.
Yeah, but I was looking at it, and I shifted my hand in bed, and my thumb, my stupid, heavy, clumsy thumb, double-tapped the screen.
No.
Yes. A big, bright, red, glowing heart appeared right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
At 2 in the morning. On a completely random photo from 4 years ago.
What did you do? Did you unlike it? Did you throw the phone?
I completely panicked.
Yeah.
My heart actually stopped. I swear, I think I stopped breathing for a full 60 seconds.
I would have fainted.
I started sweating instantly. I tried to tap it again to unlike it, but my hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone on my face.
Your adrenaline.
And then the horrible realization hit me. Even if I unlike it immediately, it doesn't matter. The notification is already sent.
Yep.
His phone screen already lit up in the dark somewhere. She liked your photo from 2019. The evidence exists.
It's the ultimate trap. You can unlike it, but you can't unsend the push notification. You are officially the crazy ex.
I was the crazy ex. I just stared at the ceiling in the dark. At that point, I just threw my phone across the room.
Reasonable reaction.
Literally, I tossed it onto the floor, pulled the blanket over my head, and just accepted my terrible fate. I genuinely thought, well, I have to move to a different country now.
Time to pack your bags.
I have to change my name, dye my hair, and start a new life as a goat farmer in the mountains. This life is over.
That is genuinely the most painful feeling in the world. When that big red heart pops up and you just want the earth to open up and swallow you whole because it reveals everything.
It is pure terror. It's vulnerability you didn't consent to. And the worst part is, you know exactly what happens next.
They wake up.
You know they wake up the next morning, look at their phone while they're making coffee, see that notification, and just smile. They know. They know you are thinking about them at 2 a.m. You handed them all the power on a silver platter.
See, this is exactly why the digital age is a massive trap for breakups, because it starts with just one look. You tell yourself you're just checking in.
Yeah, just one look.
But it never, ever stops at one look. The brain wants more information. It's like a slot machine.
Never. It's a black hole. Have you ever done the stalking spiral?
Mm-hmm.
You know the spiral I'm talking about?
I will neither confirm nor deny my own actions. But yes, obviously, I know the spiral. Everyone knows the spiral.
Okay, let's be honest with the listener, because you listening right now have definitely done this.
They definitely have.
You start by just checking the ex's profile. You say, I'm just going to see if he posted anything new. So you look, and suddenly you see he is tagged in a new photo with some new girl.
And that is the trigger. The trap door opens and you fall right in.
Exactly. So obviously you have to click on the new girl's profile. You just need to know what you're dealing with, right? It's reconnaissance.
Just gathering data.
So you go to her page. She seems, fine. She likes hiking. She has really good hair. But then you see she tagged her sister in a family photo. So naturally you click on the sister's profile.
Because obviously you need to understand the family dynamics of the new girl. It's essential background information.
It feels incredibly essential in that moment. So you are looking at the sister's profile, and the sister posted a picture of a dog. And the dog has its own dedicated Instagram account tagged in the description.
Stop. You didn't go to the dog's account.
You know I did. You click on the dog's account, and suddenly you are sitting in your bed, in the dark, scrolling through 80 pictures of a golden retriever named Buster.
Oh my gosh.
Reading comments from people you don't even know, judging what kind of dog collar Buster is wearing. And then you suddenly snap out of it, you blink, you look at the clock, and 40 minutes have passed.
40 minutes. You lost nearly an hour.
40 minutes. You have spent almost an hour of your one precious human life investigating the extended universe of complete strangers.
Doing a deep background check on Buster.
Buster the dog's favorite brand of peanut butter treats,
Mm.
but you haven't folded your own laundry that's been sitting on your chair for a week. It is a sickness.
It really is a sickness.
How-
It's like temporary insanity.
Yeah.
You become a completely unhinged private detective for zero pay and maximum emotional damage.
Exactly.
Your brain gets hooked on finding the next clue, even when the clues are just hurting you.
Maximum emotional damage. And it brings up a really important point. When you were sitting there doing that, when you were stalking the dog's Instagram, or when you were staring at your phone at midnight, you have to ask yourself another really hard question.
Another hard question. You are full of them today. Lay it on me.
Yes, listen to me, and you listening out there, pay very close attention to this one. When you feel that sudden burning urge to reach out or to check their profile or to send a text, ask yourself this: are you actually missing the person, or are you just missing having someone to text?
Ooh, that is a heavy distinction. Missing the specific person versus missing the habit of the person.
It's the biggest trap after a breakup. Because when you are in a relationship, you build this massive, deeply ingrained habit of constant communication.
You really do. It's constant.
You wake up, you send a good morning text, you see a funny dog on the street, you immediately take a picture and send it, you complain about your annoying boss to them.
Every little thing.
Your brain is literally wired to share every tiny mundane detail of your day with this one specific person.
Right. You build a highway in your brain, and then suddenly that person is gone. The bridge is out. But the cars, the thoughts, the texts, the jokes are still driving down that highway. The habit is still there.
Exactly. It's like phantom limb syndrome. Your brain is still generating the text messages, but there is no one on the other end to receive them.
That's a great way to put it.
So when you feel that massive wave of sadness on a Tuesday night, you have to stop and think, wait, do I miss him? Do I miss the arguments, the stress, the specific reasons we broke up?
Probably not.
Or do I just feel lonely right now because my phone hasn't buzzed in 4 hours and I want to feel important to someone?
That is so true. Most of the time, especially a few months out, it's just the loneliness. You just miss the companionship of a glowing screen that cares about you. You miss feeling seen.
Yes. You just want someone to validate the funny joke you thought of at the grocery store. And trying to break that texting habit is so incredibly hard because it's muscle memory.
It's so hard to break.
And that muscle memory leads to some very dangerous, heart-stopping mistakes.
I don't know. Muscle memory texting mistakes are the worst kind of mistakes.
I have another embarrassing memory for you.
Uh-huh.
I'm just airing all my dirty laundry today. And this one might actually be worse than the Instagram like.
Worse than the 2019 heart? I don't believe it. I need to hear this.
Okay. I was trying very, very hard not to text my ex. I was doing the strict no-contact rule, being very strong, very independent.
Good for you.
But I was still very angry about something he had done near the very end of the relationship. It was just stewing in my brain all day. So I decided to vent to my best friend to get it out of my system.
Okay, a healthy coping mechanism. Talking to a friend. This sounds completely fine so far.
It does sound fun. So I open up my phone. I start typing out this massive, incredibly angry, paragraph-long text.
Let it out.
I mean, I was writing a novel. I was analyzing his behavior. I was calling him terrible names. I was listing all the reasons he was an awful partner. It was a masterpiece of pure anger.
You really let it all out. You
Uh-huh.
didn't hold back.
I let it all out. It was a wall of text. And then I hit send.
Okay, I feel the tension rising.
But because my brain was so used to texting him whenever I had a strong emotion, because for years he was the person I texted when I was mad, my muscle memory took over. I didn't open my best friend's chat. I had opened his chat.
No, please tell me you were joking. You did not do that.
I wish to God I was joking.
Yeah.
I sent a massive, furious, insulting text about my ex directly to my ex.
Oh, that is physical pain. I am experiencing actual physical pain. Just hearing that, my stomach just tied in a knot.
Yeah. I heard the little swoosh sound the phone makes when a text sends. And I looked up at the name at the top of the screen. And my stomach just dropped out of my body. It felt like I had stepped off a cliff in the dark.
Did you try to stop it? Could you turn off the phone, throw it in a river?
I tried. I panicked and tried to throw it into airplane mode, but modern internet is too fast. It was too late. The message bubble was already blue. It said, delivered right at the bottom.
Oh, the blue bubble of doom.
There's nothing I could do. I just sat there on my couch, looking at this massive wall of text explaining exactly how crazy and angry I was, sent directly to the person who caused it.
What did he say? Did he reply? I wouldn't even know how to reply to that.
He replied about 5 excruciating minutes later. He just sent, I think this was meant for someone else.
Oh, the dignity. The absolute loss of dignity.
Negative dignity.
Hmm.
I had negative dignity. I didn't even reply. I couldn't. I just turned my phone completely off, put it in a drawer, and stared at a blank wall for the rest of the day.
I would have done the exact same thing.
But that's exactly what happens. When you don't break the habit, when you don't create that actual distance, your brain tricks you. You set yourself up for these absolute disasters.
It's so true. The transition period is so messy because your brain is still confused. But what happens when the transition period ends? Because eventually the texting stops, the stalking slows down, and real life starts happening again. New people enter the chat.
Oh, when new people enter the chat, that is when the real test begins. That is the final exam. That is when you find out if you can actually be friends with your ex or if you're just playing pretend the whole time.
Let's talk about that, because moving on is reality. Eventually, someone moves on.
It is the harsh reality. Let's say you manage to stay friends with your ex. You grab coffee sometimes, you send a funny meme here and there, you pat yourself on the back and think, wow, we're so mature, look at us navigating a doglet.
So mature.
But then, one day, you're sitting at that coffee shop, and your ex takes a sip of their drink and says, so, I started seeing someone.
Boom. The ultimate test. The
Yep.
bomb drops.
Yes. How do you react in that exact second? Because if you're truly, genuinely just friends, you should be happy for them. You should smile and say, oh, that's great. Tell me about her.
Right, like a real friend would.
But if you are secretly in the emotional waiting room, that sentence feels like a physical punch in the throat.
You have to do the fake casualness again. But this is the extreme edition.
Extreme fake casualness. You have to take a slow, calculated sip of your latte, force a smile that doesn't reach your eyes, and say, wow, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
While sweating profusely.
While internally your brain is just screaming, who is she? Is she prettier than me? Does she like the same bands? I hate her. I hate both of you.
It's awful because your ego is involved now. Even if you don't want them back, you don't want anyone to have them either. And it goes both ways. What happens when you start dating someone new?
Oh, that is a whole different kind of nightmare awkwardness. Let's say you start dating a really nice guy, and things are going well. You're happy.
Okay, good so far.
And one day, you're hanging out on the couch looking at your phone, and your new guy casually asks, hey, who was that guy who commented on your photo? And you just say, oh, that's just my ex. We're good friends.
Oh, man. No new partner wants to hear that. They might pretend to be cool, that they might say, oh, that's nice, you guys are mature, but internally, they hate it.
They absolutely hate it. It makes everyone uncomfortable. And then you have to act totally normal about it to reassure the new guy. You have to convince your new partner that your ex is basically like a sibling.
Gross.
Oh, him, we have zero chemistry. It's completely platonic. We basically gross each other out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you are sweating through your shirt because you remember how 2 months ago you accidentally liked his photo from 2019 at 2 a.m. and then sent him a rage text by accident.
The layers of deception we build to avoid just letting go, it's incredible. We lie to the ex, we lie to the new partner, we lie to ourselves. But you know what makes all of this 100 times worse? What makes it impossible to escape?
What?
The mutual friend problem.
Oh my goodness, yes. The mutual friends. The innocent bystanders who suddenly become double agents in your breakup.
It is basically impossible to escape an ex when you share an entire social circle. You are tied together by invisible strings.
It is the most frustrating thing in the world because you do all the hard work, you stop texting them, you unfollow them on Instagram so you don't see their face, you build your healthy boundaries.
You do everything right.
And then you go to a friend's birthday party and your mutual friend, let's call her Sarah, comes up to you with a drink.
Sarah always has the gossip. Sarah loves the drama.
Always. And Sarah just casually drops a bomb. She says, oh, did you hear about Mark? He just bought a new car and he's moving downtown. Yeah. And you have to stand there holding your drink and do the routine again. And you say, oh, really? Good for him. Anyway, how is your job going?
You pretend you don't care at all. You brush it off like it's a speck of dust on your shoulder.
Right. You act completely above it. Mark, oh, my ex. Barely remember the guy, but internally you are a supercomputer recording every single syllable Sarah just said.
Computing all the data.
A new car. What kind of car? Is it nicer than my car?
Downtown.
Which neighborhood downtown? How can he afford that? Did he get a raise? You are absolutely hanging on to every single word.
You are. I've seen you do it. People act like they are so bored by the information, but their eyes get really wide. You are so thirsty for the gossip, even though it hurts.
I can't help it. It's human nature to want to know what the person who used to be your whole world is doing. But the problem is, It just resets the clock on your healing.
Every single time.
Every time Sarah gives you an update, it drags you right back into their life. It opens the wound. And that is exactly when you have to start asking yourself if trying to keep these people in your life, even through mutual friends, is actually healthy.
Because it sounds exhausting. Everything you've described today, the fake casualness, the stalking, the anxiety over texts, it sounds like a full-time job of pure stress.
It is. It is exhausting. And people ignore the warning signs. There are very, very clear signs that trying to be friends is a terrible, terrible idea.
Okay, let's list them out. Let's help the listener out. What are the major red flags that you are failing at being friends with your ex?
The first one is obvious, but people deny it. The daily checking.
Oh, yeah.
If you are checking their social media profile every single day, you are not their friend. You are a fan. You are an audience member in the theater of their life. Think about your actual friends. Real friends don't need to secretly check if their friend posted a new Instagram story every 4 hours.
True. If I checked your profile every single day to see what you were doing, you would think I was weird.
Exactly. I'd call the police. The second warning sign is the comparison game. This is a massive one. Let's say you do go on a date with someone new.
Okay, putting yourself out there.
If you sit across the table from this new person, and the entire time they are talking, you are thinking, well, his joke wasn't as funny as my ex's jokes, or he doesn't order coffee the way my ex does. If you compare every new person you meet to your ex, you are not ready to be friends with your ex.
That makes sense.
Your ex is still the gold standard in your brain.
That is so unfair to the new person, too. They don't stand a chance against a ghost. You're comparing a real flawed human to an idealized memory.
It is incredibly unfair. You're basically setting the new person up to fail.
Yeah.
But the biggest warning sign, the ultimate red flag that you should not be friends, is how your body feels after you interact with them.
What do you mean, like physically?
Yes, physically. Think about when you hang out with a real friend. When you get coffee with your best friend and you leave, how do you feel? You feel good, right? You feel energized or happy or just normal and relaxed.
Yeah, you just feel relaxed. It's easy.
Right. It's easy. Now think about the ex. If you grab coffee with your ex and you walk away from that interaction feeling emotionally upset or drained or confused or anxious, that is your body telling you this is wrong.
The physical crash, it's like after an adrenaline rush, your body was so tense and then it just crashes.
Yes. The crash. If you go home and you immediately start overanalyzing everything they said, why did he look away when he said that? Why did he ask about my brother? Does that mean he misses my family? What did that specific tone of voice mean? Real friends don't make you feel like you need to solve a complex puzzle after a simple 30-minute conversation about coffee.
That is such a good point. People think that just because they aren't screaming at each other, it means the friendship is working.
That is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. Just because you aren't fighting doesn't mean it's healthy. People have this bizarre obsession with being mature. We think that if we block someone or cut them out of our lives, it means we are childish or bitter or weak.
We want to look like we have it all together.
So we force ourselves to stay in contact, to grab these painful coffees, just to prove to the world and to our ex how grown up we are.
We want to win the breakup by being the most chill person alive. The cool girl or cool guy trope.
Yes, we want a trophy for being the chill ex. But let me tell you, and you listening right now, please hear this. Sometimes trying to be mature just makes you miserable. There is no award given out at the end of your life for destroying your own mental peace just to prove you don't care. Walking away, putting up walls, and saying, I can't do this, is often the most mature thing you can possibly do.
That is powerful. Trying to be mature just makes you miserable. I think a lot of people need to hear that. But wait, let me circle back. Because you started this entire conversation by saying that you had dinner with your ex, and it was fine.
I did say that.
So are you a massive hypocrite, or is there actually a scenario where this friendship thing works?
Yeah.
What are the green lights? If those are the red flags, how do you know it's actually okay to sit across from them?
I am not a hypocrite, mostly. I admit it can work, but the conditions have to be incredibly strict. It is not easy, and most people fail at it.
Okay, give me the strict conditions. Let's lay out the rules.
Condition number 1. Both people have truly 100% moved on.
Yeah.
And I don't mean they just say it out loud to sound cool. I mean, they feel it in their bones. Yeah. When I look at him across the table, I don't feel anger. I don't feel romance. I don't feel regret. I just see a person. It is complete, boring indifference.
Indifference, not love, not hate. Hate means you still care, just completely neutral.
Just neutral. If he tells me he is dating someone new, my genuine core reaction is, oh, nice. Anyway, I tried this new pasta recipe yesterday. It doesn't hurt my heart at all. It doesn't even cause a blip on my radar.
That sounds like it takes a really long time to achieve.
It takes years. You cannot do this 2 months after a breakup. Anyone who tries to be friends 2 months later is lying to themselves and playing with fire. Time is the only thing that creates that real deep indifference.
Okay, what's condition number 2?
Incredibly healthy boundaries. You cannot treat them like a partner anymore. You don't text them at midnight when you are sad. You don't rely on them for your emotional support. If you have a bad day at work, you call your mom or your best friend, not your ex.
Treat them like a normal friend.
You treat them like you would treat a casual friend from work. You catch up occasionally, but they are absolutely no longer the center of your universe.
No more morning texts, no more venting. The access is restricted.
Exactly. The boundaries have to be a brick wall. And the final condition, which is the most important one, the one that ruins most attempts, there is absolutely no hidden agenda. Neither person is sitting in the emotional waiting room. There is no secret, quiet hope that maybe in 5 years, if the timing is right and you both mature, you'll get back together.
So no romantic comedy endings allowed.
Right.
No, we found our way back to each other fantasies.
No movies.
Yeah.
Real life. You have to accept that the romantic chapter of the book is closed, locked, and thrown into the bottom of the ocean. If you can honestly say all those things are true, then yes, you can have a dinner with your ex and it won't be weird.
It's a high bar. A really, really high bar. Which makes me wonder if it's so hard to do it right and it almost always ends in disasters, grocery store panics, and 2 a.m. Instagram mistakes. Why do we keep doing it?
Why do people really stay friends?
Yeah. Underneath it all, what is the core reason we put ourselves through this?
I think we do it because letting go of someone completely is one of the hardest things a human being has to do. When you love someone, you literally wire your brain around them. They become part of your daily routine, your future plans, your safety net. You imagine your life with them in it.
You're unwiring a massive habit. It's almost like a withdrawal.
You are. We stay friends because we're just used to them. It's comfortable. It's the devil you know. Facing the completely blank slate of the future without them is terrifying. And sometimes we do it out of pure panic. Like when you bump into them at the grocery store and you are so overwhelmed by the squeaking shoe and the awkwardness that you just say, "Hell, let's grab coffee." Because you don't know how to handle the silence.
We fill the silence with fake friendship.
Exactly. We use the idea of friendship as a shield to protect us from the sharp pain of a clean break. We think if we fade it out slowly, it won't hurt as much. But eventually, you have to put the shield down. So if you are sitting there right now, thinking about an ex, thinking about sending a text or checking their page, you really have to figure out your real motive.
Because if you don't know why you're doing it, you are probably making a mistake. You're probably just acting on habit.
A huge mistake. Figuring out your real motive is the only way to protect yourself. Are you actually trying to be their friend, or are you just desperately afraid of them being a stranger?
That is the question of the day. That's the one that stings.
It is. You know, we talk about all these crazy stories, the stalking, the panic in the pasta aisle. But at the end of the day, it's just human beings trying to avoid being hurt.
We're all just trying our best in the digital minefield. But, it makes you wonder, when we're holding on so tight, sitting in that waiting room, are we even missing the real person? Or just a fictional highlight reel our brain created?
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
We completely edit out all the bad stuff. We forget the arguments, and we just remember the good times. We miss a ghost.
Exactly. We're holding on to a version of them that doesn't even exist anymore.
We really are. You know, sometimes staying friends is healthy, but sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is just finally let go of the ghost.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just let go.